You're connected.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Sean B. Perkins. While court is in session, please keep your backgrounds quiet and clear. Sit back, wait for your name to be called. Also, if you're in a vehicle, there is no driving while court is in session. Also, there are talking, eating, drinking, no gum chewing, walking around or smoking of any kind, and please remain properly dressed at all times. Thank you. Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning. All right, Mr. Warbling, are you here with us today as a House Counsel?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, I neglected to get.
So am I, Your Honor.
I know you are, Mr. Wally. Good morning. I thought we already exchanged our presence.
Yeah, I guess we did. But it bears repeating. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. Turn it up a little
Good morning,
bit.
Phil.
You want to take evens? I'll take odds.
That's perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. What is evens? And I've heard you guys reference that before. What does that mean?
Well, when you put us in breakout rooms, they're numerical.
So how does you know whether I'm which one I'm going to put you in when the person is even or odd?
We usually most courts just put everybody in the breakout room and lets us discuss with them. I have no objection to you doing like you do and having an open and frank discussion on the record, you know?
Saying evens and odds, like, you know, one the odd number, two, like that.
Far as the breakdown.
Yeah.
This is all right. Let's keep going.
You asked, I don't know better. Was that an incorrect?
Yeah, and just some things are probably not meant for me to understand. But anyway, they tried to explain. They tried to explain here too.
And was that a bad explanation?
I think
No,
I
I
couldn't have done it better
I'm
myself.
not blaming anybody but myself.
Okay.
That's not part of the point.
All right, let's get it going. This is the city of Detroit versus Tyree Greg, case number SP 140247882. Appearance for the record, please.
Go ahead, play. You want to play? Go ahead.
Well, you're number one. I'm number one. Philip X. Walling representing this defendant.
All right.
Gregory.
Can you state your name for the record, please?
Say your name again, Mr. Gregory.
They didn't bring it up.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Williams-Barr. Are we ready to go?
Yes, Your Honor.
I guess that's a little bit late to ask too. Today is the date and time set for arraignment on the bench warrant. Go ahead, Counselor.
Your Honor, we would ask the court to recall the warrant, waive any kind of formal reading, and plead not guilty at this time.
All right, I'm gonna enter not guilty plea on your client's behalf and give your client a $0 bond. This is seems like a marijuana and a motor vehicle type thing. I don't have a file in front of me, so what I don't know what their offer is going to be. I imagine it's probably just going to be a as charged type situation, pay the fine. But
Judge, I haven't urged my clients to plead guilty on a marijuana case in any way whatsoever in 25 years. In that time, I don't think I've lost one either. So,
okay, so does that on the ROA it indicates consuming marijuana, operating vehicle, or smoking passenger area. So with that being said, Mr. Gregory, do you want me to just set the matter for trial, or you want to speak to Mr. Walling further?
I'd like to talk to Mr. Gregory.
All right. I'm gonna put you in a room, Mr. Gregory, with the attorney. All right.
All right.
Some of you got to probably get something done to your phone too, because you're breaking up.
More importantly, Mr.
He's in there. City of Detroit. Versus, Chris Lake, Karis Lake. Did I get the pronunciation of that correct?
Yes. Hello?
Case numbers SP 1302526 counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 1311269 SP 1380571. Appearance for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ben Werbling, P648889 on behalf of the defendant.
Blake, can you state your name for the record, please? Blake?
Carissa Lake, I'm sorry.
All right, today, well, for some reason, I don't see Miss Lake, but she must be on the dock. Because her file is here, right? All right, today is the date and time set for a show cause in the matter. Go ahead, Counselor.
Judge, we will stand mute and wait for more reading at this time, Your Honor.
Now, Internet, on your client's behalf, you can find a $0 bond. Let me see, with these, allegations, tell us, all right, I'm gonna set aside the defaults and the first 3 cases that I had on the civil infractions. I'm setting aside the defaults.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I imagine Miss Lake's driver's license is suspended behind him. But at the end of the day, I can allow her to pay a 45 reinstatement fee up front, to reestablish, to see if she can reestablish her driving privileges if they are suspended. Do you have valid registration and insurance, Miss Lake?
I can't get it because my license is suspended, but I just paid my tickets and everything. I'm just waiting to get my license so I can go.
All right, these tickets are not paid, and it's probably best that you don't pay them until after resolution of the case. If you have an APN, I'm gonna allow your client to pay this reinstatement fee, see if she can reestablish her driving privileges.
No objection, Your Honor.
Let me know when you're ready, Ms. Lake.
I'm ready.
SP 130256263. I'm gonna allow you. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, you wanted me to write that down? SP 130?
25263.
Okay.
That's a no insurance, that's a no insurance, no proof, civil infraction. You gotta come down to the courthouse, pay that $45 reinstatement fee up front. It's gonna be listed in the computer as giving you the ability to do that. You're gonna set a pretrial date on May the 8th, 2023 at 8:30. Come down, pay that reinstatement fee up front. That'll get you clearances here down at 36th District Court. And you potentially go get a valid driver's license.
Okay.
But the only way you're gonna be able to pay it is come down to the courthouse and pay it at the clerk in person. You wait, after you pay that, you wait 48 to 72 hours to approach the Secretary of State, see if they'll give you some driver's license. Come back with a valid license and insurance on $175. I'll give you a amended count of blocking traffic for that speeding ticket.
Okay, thank you.
All right, any questions, ma'am?
No, that's it.
All right, if there's nothing further, I wish you the best of luck.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, what's going on? Who is Flat Green?
It'll be Brandon Tyshawn Green.
Okay. Brandon Tyshawn. Very well. The city of Detroit versus Brandon Tyshawn Green, AKA Flat Green. Case number SP 1436908, counts 1 and counts 2. Hearing for the record, please.
Ben Werbling, P64889 on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor.
Mr. Green, state your name for the record, please.
Brandon Tyshawn Green.
All right, today is the date and time set for a pre-trial. I'll offer him a $175 blocking traffic, 170 dismissed. They'll amend the one ticket and dismiss the other. That's a 0-point offense. It's almost akin to an expensive parking ticket. You have an absolute right to a trial. You can speak to Mr. Warbling about the matter if you want to. What would you like to do, Mr. Green?
You said $175 charge for what?
It's gonna end it to blocking traffic. That's gonna be a 0-point offense. It's not gonna abstract to the Secretary of State. It's more like an expensive parking ticket. That's what I call it.
Okay. I mean, can I have a breakout room with the attorney real quick?
You certainly may.
Thank you.
We're ready, and Mr. Greg here if you want to get him out the door, Judge.
Everybody has the right to speak to the lawyer on a misdemeanor case.
Absolutely.
All right, join the room. All right, this is, let's go back on the record with Tyree Gregory. Mr. Gregory, I'll give you an opportunity to speak with counsel in the breakout room. Counsel, what's your client want to do?
Your Honor, at this time, my client wishes to continue his not guilty plea. I'm asking the court to set this matter for a bench trial, if you will. And Your Honor, if I remember, sometimes I ask if one day is better for another. Of course, your calendar is supreme, but if you can sneak him in on a Friday, that'd be great. That's what Mr. Gregory tells me.
When you got, that's what you want, Mr. Gregory?
Yes.
I'm not, that's not an unreasonable, it's not an unreasonable request. That's Miss Mathis, though. We'll let her, that's her area. Actually, wait a minute.
What's the name of it?
Okay. Can we put them on June the 9th?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
All right, June 9th. That sounds like a Friday. It looks like a Friday. At 9 a.m.
On my calendar, Judge, although I should. The 11th is a Sunday. Yeah, that's a Friday.
You have any further questions, sir?
No.
All right, if there's nothing further, have a very good day. Good luck to you. Your trial date is going to set June 9th, 2023 at 9 a.m.
All right, bet.
All right. Let's go with the retained counsels. I think I have Mr. Kent was here. Oh, that's going to be a for your client. That's going to be a 9 o'clock trial. And we're going to give the officer a half-hour grace period from 9 o'clock. I don't know if one of those officers has showed up or not. I do have a few in the breakout room.
We would like the opportunity, Your Honor, to speak to City Council on this matter, so we might negotiate something.
Very well. When they get arrived, I'll put you in a breakout room.
Very well. I'll be, if you wish to pass this over until then, we're here, man, sir. Your Honor.
There we go. Yep. Mr. Johnson, good morning to you.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning.
I believe this comes on a motion here.
Yes, Your Honor. It was set for Friday, but I found out that it was moved until today. So I let Mr. Ladani know. We were on Zoom on Friday.
We were.
All right, let me wait till the city attorney comes in on that as well. This is the city of Detroit versus Brianna Marie Gibson, case number SP 1405100, counts 1 and counts 2. Appearance for the record, please.
Philip Walling representing Ms. Gibson.
All right, Ms. Gibson, good morning. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Good morning, Brianna Gibson.
All right, today is the date and time set for probably a pretrial. Yes, it is set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Gibson, your offer is going to be blocking traffic, $175. Dismissing the other count. You have an absolute right to a trial as well. Wait a minute. That's a misdemeanor.
Well, where are you at, Judge? What time is she scheduled?
Brianna Gibson. She's at 8:35.
8:35.
Driving on sidewalk or curb. It's a misdemeanor.
Yes.
Allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, amended to that, it's going to be $240. That I'll dismiss upon payment. So as a 0-point offense, it does not abstract to the Secretary of State. Therefore, it doesn't carry the points. It is a misdemeanor, however, but I'll dismiss that misdemeanor upon payment of $240. You have an absolute right to a trial as well. And then we'll dismiss the other no proof of insurance now. What would you like to do, ma'am?
Yeah, I'll pay the $240. That's fine. And long as I'm. Could you repeat that? I'm sorry. I said, yeah, I'll pay the $240.
You too can speak with the lawyer if you choose to.
No, I'm okay. I'll just pay the $240. My biggest thing, I just didn't want the points on my license.
All right. Satisfied with that, Counselor?
Yes.
All right. I'll put you in a breakout room anyway with Mr. Walling. For advice or rights from me.
Absolutely.
And any other questions you have?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Judge, improper play?
Improper, no, I said allowing, same difference.
Allowing, very good, yep.
Did you go in the breakout room with Mr.
Kyrie Gregory?
You did?
I did.
And what's Mr. Gregory want to do?
We already took care of him. He's on his way. He's gone.
No, I thought he was back. Oh, what about Green? Okay.
Green,
ready.
I believe Mr. Werbling was going to talk to Green.
Let me put Miss Gibson right here. Put her in the break.
And Mr. Green here. I'm here.
All right. All right, good morning, Ms. Snyder. Office Department, Patman, good morning to you. Ms. Snyder, counsel wants to speak with you on a matter. Counselor Kent wants to speak with you on a matter, so I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with that lawyer, and you guys can respond. All right. Past that matter. Let's go back on the record with Mr. Green. Green, I give you an opportunity to speak to counsel in the breakout room. Counsel, what's your client want to do?
Judge, he wants to waive his rights and take advantage of the offer this time.
Is that what you want to do, Mr. Green?
Yes, Your Honor.
On behalf of your client, will you stipulate to the face of the ticket as an active factual basis for that responsible plea, counsel?
That's so stipulated, Your Honor.
And stipulate the probable cause for the dismissal of the other matter.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna find your client responsible for the amended count of blocking traffic, $175 of dismiss count 2. Mr. Green, when can you pay?
I'm working, well, I can work on it now. Actually, just got sentenced to probation for the improper transport. So I have those fees to pay as well. So I can't promise a date,
Well, you're
but I
gonna
will
have
get
to
on
put
it.
a date. You're gonna have to put a date on it, sir.
Can I have a month of today?
May 11th, 2023. Bed in order to it doesn't affect your driver's license, sir. And if you have some trouble issues, check back in. I don't want to see it affect your driver. So if nothing further, have a very good day. Good luck to you, all right?
All right, thank you. You as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Gentleman with that shot boat, what's your name? With the glasses on.
Michael Goss.
Michael Goss.
Yeah, G-N-U-S-E.
Terry, good morning.
Good morning. All right, let's move on. What about Miss Gibson? We ready on Miss Gibson?
Judge, I did not speak with Miss Gibson.
No, he's Wallings is speaking with Miss Gibson.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's go with Tab. Is that Shania Elaine Tab?
Yes.
Good morning, ma'am. This is the city of Detroit versus Shania Elaine Tab, case number SB 142-8387, counts 1, 2, and 3, and SB 142-88511. Appearance for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ben Werbling, P64889 on behalf of the defendant.
Today is the date and time. So Ms. Tab, can you state your name for the record, please?
Tonight,
Today is the date and time set for a arraignment on the bench warrant, Counselor. Go ahead.
Just for arraignment purposes, we'll stand mute and wait for formal reading at this time.
Or not guilty, then your client, give your client a $0 bond. I have these 3 tickets set as an informal hearing this time for May the 1st. You want to resolve all of them at one time?
yes.
All right, so. You have registration and insurance? And a
Yes.
driver's license? You do?
Yes.
Do you have a valid license now?
Yes.
Run this tab. I'm gonna run that license. In the meantime, I'm gonna pass that matter. I'm gonna go back on the record. Get your registration and insurance out in this tab so we can see the. In the meantime, I'm gonna go back on the record with Miss Brianna Marie Gibson. Ms. Gibson, I've given you an opportunity to speak with counsel in the breakout room. Counsel, what's your client want to do?
At this time, Your Honor, pursuant to the people's recommendation, my client will be tendering a plea to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive your motor vehicle. She make it back in?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. And Ms. Schneider, this was charged as a state driving on the sidewalk or curb and no insurance civil infraction. She has a valid license. We offer allowing $240 for y'all to dismiss them. Okay. All right, can you raise your right hand, please, ma'am? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes. Yeah. No.
You can put your hand down. Ma'am, do you understand the maximum possible penalty for this offense is 90 days jail and or $500 in fines?
Yes.
You understand that you have an absolute right to a trial?
Yes.
You understand by taking this offer, you're gonna give up that trial right?
Yes.
Mr. Walling went over your other advice and rights in the breakout room, did he not?
Yes, he did.
You understood those rights?
Yes, sir.
You have
Yes,
any
Your Honor.
questions? You have any questions about those rights?
No, not at this time.
All right, you understand you'll be giving up those rights as well if you take this deal?
Yes.
Does anybody offer you anything other than what's been stated in the record?
No, Your Honor. Everything's good.
Let's go and draw your attention back to March the 5th, 2023 at around 12:57 a.m. in the city of Detroit, in the area of Lafayette and St. Antoine. Did you have an occasion on that day to be out come encounter with the Detroit Police Department?
Yes, I did.
Goodness. On that date, Officer Wheatley is here for some reason. On that date, were you operating
Could you, I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
sorry, were you operating a motor vehicle, ma'am?
Yes, I was.
All right, and were you operating this motor vehicle on the sidewalk somewhere downtown?
No, I was bending down to get something and I made a mistake and like sideswipe the sidewalk a little bit.
And it came up on the sidewalk?
Yeah.
This is trivial, I guess. I guess really probably the reason for the ticket was that you weren't paying attention.
I will stipulate to being up on the sidewalk is contrary to the laws of the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan.
Yeah, I would too. All right. I'm gonna find your client guilty of admitted count of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. $240 fine is gonna be the sentence. I'm gonna dismiss the no proof of insurance with stipulation of probable cause.
So stipulated.
All right, Ms. Gibson, when can you pay that money?
I can pay it now. How I pay it?
All right, you pay it at any that kiosk in the city of Detroit. Or you come down to the courthouse and pay it. Those are the two best ways I can tell you to pay it. It'll come through immediately. I'm just gonna put the payment in for next week. By next week, I'm gonna set a review date for 25. That way it gives you time to get it paid. If you have it paid, man, we'll dismiss the case. If you don't have it paid, I need to see you back next week, Monday morning, okay?
Okay, yeah, no, I have it.
April 17th, 2022. Wait until you see that allowing, and it's gonna be a $240 fine. If you go to the kiosk, or if I'm told you can upload the kiosk to your phone. If you do that, you'll see that on there. Once it's paid, we'll dismiss the case, all right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a great day, man. Good luck to you.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Johnson, why don't you speak with Ms. Snyder about your issue?
Sure, Your Honor.
Is your client here?
I don't see him on the actual screen here. I don't know if he's in the waiting room.
No, I haven't seen him in a waiting room. All right, let's move on. This is the city of Detroit versus Samuel Arch Oliver. Case numbers SP 1311949, counts 1 and counts 2. SP 1317269 SP 1317277, counts 1 and counts 2. SP 1355250. SP 1355255, counts 1 and counts 2, appearing for the record, please.
Philip X. Walling, representing Samuel Oliver.
Mr. Oliver, good morning to you. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Good morning, Samuel Arch Oliver.
There's a time set for a pretrial in the matter. What the file says.
Well, let's start with this, Mr. Oliver. I'm sorry, Judge, you broke up.
Mr. Oliver, did you take the better driver's course?
I went down there to take the test, but something else came up. I'm gonna show you the paperwork that they just sent me. This came up right here, so I sent it out. She gave me this paperwork right here, so I had to make a note, a letter. I sent it out to them, so I'm waiting for it to come back.
All right, it appears that he's showing me something about a Secretary of State hearing, and I think on the top of that I read it was denied.
So I had to appeal it. I sent a note in. I sent the note in.
Let me say this though, I gave you an opportunity to take that better driver's course online. Did you take that course?
No, I did not, sir.
Your Honor, may I make this suggestion? Now, Mr. Oliver, apparently you're going to try and get in front of the Secretary of State to get your license back.
Right.
Taking this course, giving this court and the Secretary of State notification that you took that class would be a great thing to help you through this.
That really slipped my mind because I didn't get the.
Well, unslip your mind so you could get yourself a license.
Well, I think that at this point, we've had this case for some time now. At this point, I think we should just go ahead and set this for trial. That'll give him another 2 months to get this together. It takes the course still. But I'm understanding that process of the appeal process for that. It's might take, I don't know how long it's gonna take. So let me put you in a breakout room with Mr. Walling, speak to him about it, and then come out, let us know what your client wants to do.
Absolutely.
Join the room, please. City of Detroit versus Michael Goff, case number U47172918.
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ben Werbeling, P64889 on behalf of the defendant.
Goss, can you state your name for the record, please?
Michael Goss.
All right, today is the date and time set for ring on the bench warrant.
Yes, sir.
Judge will stand mute and wait for formal reading at this time, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to enter a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. I'm going to give your client a $0 bond. And we'll see what the file says here. There's an offer in here to plead as charged, disorderly conduct. and will dismiss upon payment. He has an absolute right to a trial. I'm gonna put you in a breakout room. Speak with your client. It'll be a $240 fine. Put you in a breakout room to speak with him. If he wants to take the deal, make sure you read him his advice or rights, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Run the room, Mr. Goss. All right, Lagros iPhone. Who was Lagros iPhone? Did they leave?
That's my daughter's phone.
Oh, Sandra Wu. Good morning to
Yes.
you, ma'am.
Good morning.
You changed the name on that yourself?
No, I'm using my daughter's phone for the Zoom because I can't do it on my phone.
What's your name? What's your daughter's name?
Her name's Milagro.
What's her last name?
Perez.
What brings you here today, Ms. Wu?
I have the insurance and the registration for the van.
This is the city of Detroit versus Sandra Annette Wu. Case numbers SP 1438557, counts 1 and counts 2. State your name for the record, Ms. Wu.
Sandra Wu.
All right, let's see what you have as far as
Millie, come here. I have the show me. I have the insurance and the registration. Show me.
All right, can you zoom in a little closer, please? On one of the documents at the registration first, please. All right, I'm satisfied with that. Let's see what the insurance looks like. Zoom into that.
Show me insurance.
Go closer, please. And slide it over to your right. Or to your left. Okay. All right, I'm satisfied with that. At this time, I'm gonna dismiss both the cases for providing valid documentation. All right.
Thank you.
Further, Ms. Wu, have a very good day. Good luck
Thank
to
you, you too. Thank you.
Great day. All right. For Shania Tab, I have Ms. Schneider, are you there?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Ms. Tab has she says she has insurance and registration. She does have a valid driver's license. What do you want to do with this careless driving? It doesn't indicate to me on the ticket what the allegation, I don't even have the careless driving ticket. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it doesn't indicate anything. It just says careless. It doesn't indicate anything in notes of what they consider careless.
In light of the fact that she's corrected all of the other violations, Your Honor, I would take it down to a 0.1 to 5 over limited access.
All right, let's go back on the record with Mrs. Shania Tab. Ms. Tab, I've given, well, I do have a valid driver's license. Who's representing Ms. Tab?
Appreciate it.
Shania Tab.
And that
Yes,
might have been Mr. Walling, Your Honor. I've not spoken with her.
Nor have I, Judge.
Oh, okay. Oh, that, yeah.
I've spoken with her. She's got a no proof of insurance, a no registration. Let's start by, let's see the insurance and registration this time. And she had a driving while unlicensed. If she has I do have a valid driver's license for her. And the city, on showing the proof of registration and insurance, which she is seeing a whole lot up right now. Let's see what you have. Go further and zoom in on that, please, for me, ma'am. I'm satisfied with that. Let's see the registration.
Don't read, Mr. Oliver. Thank you. Sorry, Judge.
I'm satisfied with that. So in light of that, the city is willing to offer her for this careless driving, which there's no comments in the section of what they consider careless. The city is willing to offer her a limited access 1 to 5. That's going to be it's going to abstract to the Secretary of State now. It doesn't carry any points.
I'm underwhelmed by that offer, Your Honor.
Say that again.
I'm underwhelmed.
Okay, so you want to speak with Miss? You want to speak with Miss?
What kind of driving record does Ms. Tab have? Do we have a driving record in front of you?
Yes, I do have a driving record in front of me. And I have one accident last year, another speeding ticket last year, and these tickets, that's it.
Okay, let me talk to Mr. Tab, then I'd like to talk to Ms. Schneider. Unless Ms. Schneider at this point wants to amend her speeding ticket, the speeding ticket.
I do not, Your Honor.
Careless driving ticket.
I know. I got that part, but she is in compliance with everything else. And I think keeping the insurance company out of the loop is really a great idea. But
I'll let you speak to Ms. Tab.
All right.
What's Oliver want to do?
Mr. Oliver is going to plead not guilty and set this matter for a bench trial, please.
All right, very well. You go join the breakout room for Ms. Tab, and then I'll get Mr. Oliver out of here.
Will do. Thanks, Judge.
All right, let's go back on the record, Mr. Samuel Arch Oliver. Mr. Oliver, I'll give you an opportunity to speak to counsel in the breakout room, and you indicated that you want a trial date, correct?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna set the matter for trial. You'll still have the opportunity, if you choose to take that driving course. I'm gonna put the course in the chat. Send me the certificate ahead of time before your next court date if you take the course.
All righty.
Can you turn that music down in the background, please?
I'm in a restaurant using their Wi-Fi, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Had a house fire over the weekend.
I'm sorry to hear that. I hope everybody was all right.
It was all right. Lost one dog, but it's okay.
Sorry, that's too bad. All right, betterdrivers.com on completion. Please send me certificate to all right, I'll put the information to the Better Drivers course in the chat. That's up to you whether you want to take it or not.
I'm gonna take that. You helped me out a lot.
All right, June the 5th, 2023 at 9 a.m. we'll set it for trial. All right, good luck to you. So again, I'm very sorry to hear about the fire and the loss of your dog. I'm glad I'm glad you are all right and any other potential family members are okay. So I hope you can start that rebuilding process now. All right.
All right, thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
All right, have a great day. All right, let's go. What's going on with Mr. Goss?
Yes, sir.
Judge, we're gonna be requesting a bench trial date.
All right, let's go back on the record with Mr. Goss. Mr. Goss, I've given you an opportunity to speak to counsel in the breakout room. Indicates to me that you want a trial date on this.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna set that trial date for June the 5th, 2023 at 9 a.m. There's nothing further, Mr. Goss. You have a very good day. Good luck to you, all right?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Right, that brings me down. Candy.
Yes, good morning.
I'm gonna put you in a breakout room, Ms. Schneider. Well, let's see, I'm assigned to the breakout room up there. Let's see if Mr. Walling comes back. He may want to speak to you again about 10 tab. All right, is this Ernest Terrell Gandy?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, sir. This is the city of Detroit versus Ernest Terrell Gandy, case number SP 11755584, counts 1, 2, and 3, and SP 1430422. Appears for the record, please.
Ben Warbling, P64889 on behalf of the defendant.
All right, Mr. Gandy, can you state your name for the record, please?
Ernest Terrell Gandy.
Today is the date and time set for a arraignment on the bench warrant and review. The purpose of the arraignment. Go ahead, counsel.
Judge, we'll stand mute and wait formal reading at this time.
All right, I'm gonna enter not guilty plea in your client's behalf and give your client a $0 bond. Mr. Gandy, this comes as allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. What we'll allow you to do is plead guilty to this, and if you choose, dismiss upon a payment of $240, we'll dismiss the rest of the counts. You have an absolute right to a trial, sir. You can speak to Mr. Warbling in a breakout room regarding the matter. Let me put you in a breakout room. Let Mr. Warbling know what you want to do after you speak with him. And then if he takes the deal, I'll read him his advice or rights, Mr. Warbling. Room, please.
Did we lose Ms. Schneider, Your Honor?
Yes, we did momentarily. She's in a breakout room talking to the officers.
Ah, very good.
But we'll wait on that. I know that Ms. Tab wants to get an understanding of what's going on, and
me too.
I'll get here as soon as I know you do too. I'll get you out of here as soon as you can, Ms. Tab, all right?
Sure.
Is Eric Morris Gardner here?
Yes, I'm here.
Morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
This is the city of Detroit versus Eric Morris Gardner. Case numbers SP 1437731, counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 1438307, counts 1, 2, and 3. Appearance for the record, please.
Philip X. Walling, representing Eric Gardner.
Today is the date. State your name for the record, Mr. Gardner, please.
My name is Eric Gardner.
All right, today is the date and time set for a pretrial in the matter. This is another one you get on the motor vehicle marijuana, Mr. That's the one of the main charges. There's other ones of driving while license suspended, no insurance, misdemeanor, no plates, civil infraction, defective brakes, civil infraction, and no valid registration, civil infraction.
Well, as the court is aware, sometimes when things stand alone, they're much differently than when they're part of a package. What is the people's package with regard to Mr. Gardner? Mr. Morris, Mr. Gardner.
Yes, sir.
Let me have Ms.
Hold on. You got everybody still on the phone.
So let's pass that matter to get Ms. Schneider's in.
And I know she's back, so I'd love to talk to her.
Is she back?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, all right. Let me put you in a breakout room with Ms. Schneider. You can talk to her about TAB, and you can talk to her about Gardner.
I will.
All right. In the meantime, let me get the files for the people that have trials.
Okay.
Now you can join the breakout room. Ms. Snyder's waiting on you. I'm going to start Mr. Counselor Kent's case in Bamica. Bamica was at one point represented by Nueces Bermudez, who has since made his transition. And Officer Harris is here. So with that being said, I'm going to give you an opportunity to speak with Ms. Snyder regarding the offer. Did she present an offer to you?
Unfortunately, Your Honor, when I tried to transition over to the breakout room, the system dropped me out. So I've been waiting for a chance to get back into the room with her. So happy to do so. And if I may, Your Honor, I should mention my client is here with me. He's within earshot. So we can just let you know he is here.
Does he need an interpreter?
Not for purposes of today, I don't believe, Your Honor.
All right, so let's go and let's wait for Ms. Snyder to get finished talking to Mr. Walling. I'll let you re-engage her. And I believe it's Fitzgerald on at least, disregard the red signal, on the matters that are in front of me, which driver's license never acquired, no insurance. I don't know what happened to the accident, disregard and red signal. Yeah, but it's all under Harris. All right, so that he's here. He was on time. Let's set these now. Glenn Glass is Glass here? I don't think so. All right. Good is here. And I know at least one lawyer has come in for Good, I believe. Yes, Officer McCree. And then Graves, is Graves here? I don't see Graves either. Well, one officer is coming for Graves, so that's who we have. We have 4 people, 1, 2, 3, 4 people. All right. That gets me down to Barry.
Yes.
Are you there, ma'am? Good morning to you.
Good.
I'm trying to figure out why you're here, and I see you up there. All right. So you must have got your ticket out of the court. All right, this is the city of Detroit versus Jasmine Desiree Lynn Berry, case number SG 143835051. Appearance for the record, please.
Ben Werbeling, P64889 on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Berry, state your name for the record, please.
And Desiree Landberry.
Ms. Berry, do you have valid insurance for this vehicle?
Yes, I do.
Can you present that to the court, please?
And
I don't see anything but a ceiling fan.
I'm showing you. Right.
You need to see the right side of the paper.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
What's that, Mr. Gandy?
Yes.
I can handle this.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
That was your ceiling fan I was seeing. He's all on my show.
I'll just try to help her out.
All right, at this time, I'm going to dismiss the matter for providing valid documentation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sound like Miss Berry got an admirer over there. He didn't help anybody out but Miss Berry.
Thank you.
Valid
You're
document.
welcome.
All right, there's nothing further. Have a great day, man. Good luck to you.
Your Honor, sorry to disrupt. Did I miss anything, or am I waiting for them to come back to take me into the breakout room?
I don't know. Did you miss anything?
I don't think so.
I don't think you did either, Mr. Gardner.
Okay,
I
thank
think,
you.
Walling is in there advocating on your behalf right
Oh,
now.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I guarantee it.
Thank you.
All right, let's Barry is Barry gone? Barry's gone.
Could you put me in a room with Mr. Gardner, please, and maybe or Ms. Tab?
All right, let's go with Ms. Tab. Let's go back on the record with Ms. Tab.
I need a breakout room with Ms. Tab.
You need to speak with her again?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's put her back in the breakout room. You there, Ms. Tab? I know she fell off for a second.
Yes.
Join the room, please. And then Mr. Gardner, you're gonna be next to go in there with Mr. Walling.
Thank you.
All right, this is the state of Michigan versus Stephen Anthony Lockhart. Case numbers SX402-5429, counts 1, 2, and 3. Appearance for the record, please.
Morning, Your Honor. Stephen Lockhart.
Judge Ben Werbling, P64889 on his behalf.
All right. Today is the date and time set for a pretrial in the matter. I don't have the state here. Let's get Miss Cole here on this failure to disclose would be the most serious matter. Do you have a valid driver's license, sir?
April 19th. It's suspended right now until April 19th. So 9 more days. So valid.
You wanna come back on another pretrial?
Yes. I had it set for a trial, and then I ended up missing it because I'm back and forth moving to Texas right now. So the time's been messing me up because we're an hour behind. So I called in an hour late on an accident.
All right, let's set it for a trial again then. Going back now, you're not getting a Michigan license, you're getting a Texas license?
Yeah, but I need my Michigan license to be valid on April 19th for me to go to DPS down here.
Make sure you have that Michigan license valid first, all right? Keep that valid when you come back in here, all right?
Yes, sir.
Before you get that Texas license. Trial date set June the 5th, 2023 at 9 a.m. Don't be late this time, all right?
I won't. Appreciate it.
Have a great day, sir. Good luck to you.
You said June 5th, 9 a.m.?
Now I'd like to talk to Mr. Gardner, if I may, Your Honor, unless you want to get rid of Ms. Tab.
Let's get rid of Ms. Tab. Let's go back on the record the last time for Ms. Tab. Ms. Tab, there is what's going to go on with Ms. Tab?
Well,
after I've given ample opportunity for you to pre-try the case.
Yes, sir. As the court indicated, there is an offer on the table with regard to the careless to amend it to limited access speed. Is that correct, Your Honor?
That is correct.
Before we accept that, I'm going to make a motion to dismiss. Is Ms. Snyder still there?
Yes.
I'm going to make a motion to dismiss. The court informed me that the careless driving said careless driving and no other notes. I would submit to the court that that term is a conclusionary term. There are no facts that were elicited in the charging document. I cannot have a meaningful conversation with my client based upon that ticket, thereby limiting her right to effective assistance of counsel, contrary to her constitutional rights. So at this critical juncture, which is an arraignment, and that's the trend now. Arraignments are no longer ministerial; they are an important part of the plans, since this is a critical part of the process, I would move to dismiss the careless driving outright.
Response, Counselor? Can you put your appearance on the record?
I don't think she's here, Your Honor. I could have sworn that I saw that she had left.
Well, I'll say this, well, practically, you know, even if she dismisses the careless driving, what about the other infractions?
Well, my client has the appropriate documentation. See, both Ms. Snyder and myself were restricted in that she and I are only working off of the docket. And the docket only indicates one thing, driving while unlicensed. My client tells me she has a driver's license. Is that correct, Ms. Tab?
She does have a driver's license. I'm telling you that because we pulled her driver's license.
And she tells me she has the other documentation. So really all we're talking about is the careless.
Now let me get her back in here, Ms. Schneider back in here, and we'll let her further vet this out. I will say this. I know for a fact that they're giving out blocking traffic for careless downstairs in the 220, at least they were.
My guiding principle, Your Honor, has always been, and I'm very upfront with talking to Ms. Schneider, my brother counsels, who will ever listen. My goal is to keep as much information out of the hands of the blood-sucking insurance company that I can. And if we go from and blockading traffic where they think they know what it is, or it's not abstracted, as opposed to a speeding ticket, which they know what it is.
Yeah, blocking traffic would not abstract, so they wouldn't even know. It would be $50. It would be a $50 higher fine than the limited access. Both of them don't have any points, but that abstraction.
In my opinion, that's a $50 well spent.
Yeah, they wouldn't know that you were speeding, and that it was reduced because of that.
Well, while we're waiting for Ms. Snyder, I would like to talk to Mr. Gardner, because I guess I'm going to have to repeat my brilliant argument.
I'm trying to break out room, Mr. Schneider.
Pardon me?
Mr. Gardner, join the breakout room, Mr. Walling. Mr. Gardner's in there.
Okay, thanks, Judge.
Judge, I know Mr. Gandy was ready, if the court was ready for him.
All right. Let's go back on the record with Mr. Gandy. Mr. Gandy, I've given you an opportunity to speak with counsel in the breakout room. Counsel, what's your client want to do?
Judge, he wants to waive his rights and avail himself of the offer this time.
You want to do that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
That is your right. Can you raise your right hand, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Or you can put your hand down. I will say, Mr. We never did find Gandy's. So I will say this, we're gonna have to rely on your client's facts of this knowledge of the case in order to make an accurate factual basis, because I don't have a file in front of me. So I can try my best to take it off of the ROA, but it'll be up to him to be able to try to make that if those facts are. You understand where I'm coming from?
I was able to download.
Understood, Your Honor.
My iPhone won't let me download that.
All right, Mr. On the Samsung, Can you be quiet down, please? What's your name, sir? Good morning to you. Samsung, I just downloaded the information.
This is Mr. Lloyd, sir.
Mr. Lloyd, what's your first name, Mr. Lloyd?
Deshaun Lloyd.
All right, Sean Lloyd, you're here already, weren't you?
Yes, I had to switch devices because my other device belonged to somebody else. But I had checked. I had already checked in at 8:30.
You did. All right. Hold on, let me get 8K. Hold on. Yeah. Has it been to the state case? I heard, did he take a trial? Yes. They could disclose, just. All right, we don't need it. All right. You guys fine? Yeah, just make sure it's fine.
Okay, so I'm sorry.
Is it picture? Is it a trial?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. All right, Mr. Let's go. I'm sorry, Ms. Flameslaw. Let's go back on the record, Mr. Gandy. Mr. Gandy, this meeting. So I let you speak with Mr. Warbling in the breakout room. He said you want to take the deal, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
We already swore you in, correct?
Yes.
You understand that the maximum possible penalty for this offense is 93 days in jail and or $500 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have absolute right to a trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Warbling went over some of the other advice and rights, did he not?
Yes, Your Honor.
Understood those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any question about those rights?
No, Your Honor.
You know, you'll be giving up those rights when you take this plea.
I couldn't hear the last thing you said.
You know, you'll be giving up those rights when you take this plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anybody offered you anything other than what's been stated in the record?
No, Your Honor.
All right, let me draw your attention back to way back to March the 11th, 2021 at around 4:08 p.m. in the city of Detroit, in the area where you probably won't know the area. On that date and time, sir, did you own a 2012 Buick?
Yes, Your Honor.
On that date and time, did you allow somebody to drive that Buick?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you allowed that person to drive that Buick and you knew that person didn't have a valid driver's license, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna find your client guilty as charged. Stipulates the probable cause, I'll dismiss the other counts.
We will stipulate, Your Honor.
All right, fine $240, I'll dismiss upon payment.
Yes, Your Honor.
So stipulate, Judge.
Mr. Gandy, when can you pay?
I can pay it as soon as it's posted.
All right, I'm gonna give him till April the 17th to make sure it's there. That'll be your review date. It should be posted later on this afternoon. It'll say $240. We'll dismiss when you pay that. You can come back and see it next week. On that date, if it's paid, you don't have to come back. But that's gonna be up to you. If it's not paid, I definitely need to see you, all right?
Okay, I'm gonna pay it, Your Honor.
All right, there's nothing further paid than any JID kiosk in the city of Detroit, or come on down to the courthouse and pay it. I'm told you can upload that JID app to your phone. Nothing further, sir. Have a very good day. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Very much welcome. Mr. Kent, what's gonna go on with your client?
Your Honor, we have had a discussion with the prosecutor who has respectfully declined to continue prosecuting this case. She is moving to dismiss all 5 counts. She was supposed to come out with me, but apparently she's tied up.
All right, let's
But
call.
I'm sorry, but as an officer of the court, I am conveying accurate information.
Very well. Then, let's go. This is the city of Detroit versus Julio Victor Vamica. Case numbers SP 1358959, counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 1358961, counts 1 and counts 2. Appearance for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Richard L. Kent, K-E-N-T, P 65494, on behalf of Mr. Sanchez Bamaca, who sits next to me in my office.
Good morning to you, Ms. Vamica. Can you state your name, please?
Julio Victor Sanchez Bamaca.
All right, today is the date and time set for a trial in the matter. I did see Officer Harris come in the room. He's not here now. Nevertheless, you indicated off the record that the city attorney is not willing to go further with the case, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna, as Officer Ford, I'm gonna accept your representation. And I'm gonna dismiss the cases. I'm gonna nolly process. I'll write on the file that Officer Harris did appear, as I did let that officer in the break off. If it's nothing further, cases are gonna be dismissed. Counselor and Mr. Vamica, have a very good day and the best of luck.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a pleasant week.
All right, very well. Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Gatney, who's your client? Counselor Gatney.
Yes, Judge. Let me see what we're doing.
No, it's Gatney is for Lockett. I guess they must. All right. Good morning to you, Counselor. What's going to go on with Lockett?
Good morning. I believe that they're here in Zoom. Can I speak with the prosecutor on this briefly?
I don't see Lockett on the docket. What's the first name?
Sabrine.
Sabrine Lockett. Let's see. I'm familiar with that name. Trial, you're early, May the 1st. May the 1st.
Oh, I have it in my file as today. Okay.
All right, May the 1st. For some reason, it's May the 1st.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Have a great day.
You too.
Mr. Tubbs, good morning to you.
Good morning. I believe I have a Glenn Glass that's scheduled for some type of hearing today.
You do.
Okay, what type of hearing is he scheduled for? Is it a trial?
Hearing.
Okay, I'm asking for a brief adjournment of this matter because I mean, the offer is a very reasonable offer, but this class that he's supposed to attend or should have attended, he didn't have information on how to attend or ways. Is it online or whatever it is?
All right. All right, this is the second time here. We were here before on a formal hearing.
Yeah. I mean, are the officers there?
Yeah, he's gonna show up. There's no
I
question
didn't hear
about
you.
it.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
gonna
So
show up.
we're asked for this last, one time adjournment. Second time adjournment, Your
Where's Mr. Glass?
Honor. He's not in, I have to call him and tell him to get on Zoom. He's not technically, technologically, savvy. So I have to call him and tell him to get on because I'm.
No, this is simple infraction, so. What was the offer?
The offer is that if he attended this class that you all said he need to attend, then the matter would be dismissed. Everything else was dismissed. He had one matter. He only had one other matter. I believe that was
Two matters. He's got two matters.
yeah. But when we last
He's got-
talked, the
I'm
offer
running
was
a red light and a 16 to 20 over.
okay. But the offer was if he went to this class, then that would be dismissed.
All right, Mr. Robinson, here, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Officer Robinson. Speak to him about it again.
Okay.
All right, there's Mr. Walling here. He's still talking to Eric Gardner. And then Tab, those two. We're waiting on, all right, let's move on.
Madam Clerk or Mr. Clerk?
Madam Clerk,
Yes.
Can you tell me if Eric Gardner has a valid driver's license, please?
See, Eric Gardner.
all right, in the meantime, let's call the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan versus Dushan Lloyd, case number SP 162475, counts 1, 2, and 3, and SX 4069622. Appearance for the record, please.
Ben Warbling, P64889 on behalf of the defendant.
All right, state your name for the record, please, Mr. Lloyd.
Deshaun Lloyd.
Today is the date and time set for a arraignment on the bench warrant. Go ahead, counsel.
Judge, for arraignment purposes, we'll stand mute. We'll wait for a reading at this time, Your Honor.
If claim your client's behalf, we'll give your client a $0 bond. Looks like you paid 2 related civil infractions for the state case, an open of insurance and speeding ticket. How am I listed as the prosecutor? That's not right at all. That's why I don't proceed on ROAs, just for those reasons, right? You still got 1, 2, 3, 4 open matters. Let's allow him to plead to an amended count of improper plate, $240. We'll dismiss everything else. Dismiss the improper plate upon thank you. He said you're in the driver's seat of the car now, sir?
Excuse me, Your Honor, I didn't hear you.
You're in the driver's seat of a car now?
Yes.
You have a valid driver's license?
No, I do not. They're suspended.
All right, so in the driver's seat of a car in court, and doesn't have valid driver's improper $240. Dismiss upon payment, put him in a breakout room with Mr. Warbley and discuss that with your client, all right? He has an absolute right to a trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
Join the room, please.
Attorney Wally,
Yes.
and just to confirm the defendant's name, you said it was Eric Gardner.
Eric Morris Gardner.
Okay, it's valid.
He's got a valid license. Right. I'm still waiting on the city attorney to come in here.
Right. Since we're waiting for her return, could I speak to Mr. Gilliard, please?
And Your Honor, I am back for a brief moment.
Where is your? All right, this call, the case is Mr. This is City of Detroit versus Glenn Glass, case number SP 1197405, counts 1 and counts 2. Appearance for the record, please.
Officer Willie Robinson, badge 2590, Detroit Police.
All right, good morning to you, Officer Robinson.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Tuttles. Told me he was back for just a brief moment.
He's on mute, Your Honor.
No, I'm assuming that he's doing something else. Mr. Tuttles, unmute yourself, please. Mr. Tuttles. All right, what was the conversation about, Mr. Officer Robinson?
He said he needed an adjournment so his client could complete the class.
He mentioned that the offer was going to be dismissed the cases.
Yeah, honestly, I don't recall what the offer was. I don't believe I agreed to a complete dismissal.
Court knowing Mr. Officer Robinson pretty well. It didn't sound to. I'm not saying that Mr. Tuttles is not.
I mean, I'd be open for an amendment of the charges, but not a complete dismissal.
Did you all talk about that?
He just mentioned that he needed an adjournment so his client could complete the class. That was the only discussion.
Well, he mentioned to me that. Mr. Tuttles, can you put your appearance on the record? You've been on mute. Ms. Snyder, can you put your appearance on the record, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Alexa Schneider for the people, P803.
Mr. Tuttles, can you put your appearance on the record, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please this honorable court, Antonio D. Tuttles, on behalf of my client, that is Mr. Glenn Glass, who is physically not present, nor is Mr. Glass present. Virtually asked the court to waive Mr. Glass' virtual and physical appearance.
Since this is a civil infraction, I'm going to waive, grant the motion to waive his appearance. Here's the deal, Ms. Snyder. Mr. Tuttles is asking for adjournment on this matter. I believe it was set for a formal hearing, and this would be the second time. I don't know the grounds for the first time, but I know that his client is getting up there in age. He indicated to the court that he is not. He was offered to take the better driver's course last time and was not able to get anybody to assist him in that getting online and getting that course done, at least getting online. So with that being said, he's asking for another adjournment, correct, Counselor?
Correct, Your Honor.
Now, he did indicate as well that the last time he was in the court, that if Mr. Glass came and showed the court the certificate of completion of the better driver course, the cases would be dismissed. And I don't have that here in my notes, but I'm not saying that it was not conversation. But that's what Mr. Glass's expectations are. After speaking with Mr. Robinson, he indicated that he would not be willing to dismiss dismiss the tickets altogether, but he would offer some sort of reduction. I put them in a breakout room so they can talk about that, and I think that part of the conversation, that part of the conversation was not spoken about. It was just spoken about the adjournment to take place. So
that is true.
Correct, Mr. Tuttles?
That's correct, Your Honor. Absolutely correct. Yeah, we did not talk about the offer, but we just talked about the adjournment, the officer and I. So if there's going to be a reduction, you know, once he completes the course, he just need information on how does it go on a line, like Secretary of State online to complete the course, or what does he do to complete the course?
All right, I'm putting the course in the chat again. The course is www.betterdrivers with the Z at the end.com. I'll put the course in the chat. Also put my email address in the chat so you can send me completion of that course ahead of time for out of his next court date. And I would really like for you all to resolve the issue about either complete dismissal or amended the ticket right now, so that the expectation can be passed on to Mr. Glass in the event that he does take the course. All right. I'm gonna set another formal hearing for June the 5th, 2023. So I'm gonna grant that motion, but I do want you to speak with Mr. Robinson at least, or Snyder, to see what the offer is going to be, so you can make sure that you relay the proper expectation to your client.
Understood, Jordan.
All right. Rejoin the breakout room. And you want to be a part of that conversation, Ms. Snyder, or not?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Now we have Mr. Well, I'll let you speak to Mr. Tuttles right now, but then I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Walling. All right.
All right. I have a quick question, Your Honor. Once we leave the breakout room, because we do have the return date of June 5. Once we leave the breakout room, do we necessarily need to go back on the record, or should we just?
No, you don't.
Okay, thank you. All right.
All right. All right. Let's move on. Martinez, is Martinez here? He's not here. Join the room, Mr. Tubbs.
I'm waiting for them to take.
No, okay, I'm waiting for them to take. You have the prompt up there already. It's the same room that you were in.
Okay.
There's a way that you back in that room. All right, that gets me down to Martinez is not here. That gets me down to Marche Lilies.
I'm here.
All right, are we ready? Is that we have a lawyer here and Mr. Walling, we do. All right, so what I'll do, Mr. Walling, is as soon as this one should be a quick, but as soon as we get you out of the breakout, as soon as the Snyder comes out of the breakout, we'll put you in for Billy in the tab. It's the city of Detroit versus Marche Janine Littles, case number SP 143952331. appearance for the record, please?
Philip X. Walling, representing Ms. Littles. State your name, Ms. Littles.
Marsha Littles.
And what time is she scheduled for, Your Honor?
Littles is scheduled for 8:35. She's one count. That's why she's stuck in the middle
Okay.
of.
I see her now. Allowing a, could I have a brief moment with Ms. Littles?
You certainly may. Ms. Littles joined the breakout room. If she wants to take the deal, you know the deal, read her advice rights and all of that.
I don't know that there is a deal on this, allowing a drive.
It isn't. It's as charged $240 dismiss upon payment.
Oh, well, let me talk to Ms. Littles.
Go ahead, join the room, please. Mr. Walling, is he in there? That's Odin. Ms. Odin, do you have valid registration, ma'am?
I do not.
Do not?
No.
Have a vehicle, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, so you want to take some time to get some valid registration?
So that's the thing that I want to talk to my attorney pertaining to that because it's two owners on the vehicle.
Hold on one second, we'll let you do that.
Okay.
Let's go back on the record with Mrs. Oh, she's still in the breakout room. Oh, you never did get a chance to speak with her privately, huh? Here, let me put her in there in room number 5. She's in there now, Mr. Walling.
Yes, sir.
She's in there now. I had her in the wrong room. That's my fault.
Oh, okay. I won't yell at her then, Judge.
All right. All right. Are we ready on Lloyd?
Yes, Judge, he's having difficulties leaving the breakout room. That was the only issue.
Mr. Tuttle, do you have any more questions? I guess not.
For Mr. Lloyd, that was just gonna be improper plates, Your Honor.
All right, let's go back on the record with Mr. Deshaun Lloyd. Ms. Snyder, can you put your appearance on the record, please, for Mr. Lloyd?
Good morning, Your Honor. Alexa Schneider for the people, P80322.
All right, so Mr. Lloyd has a state case and 3 city cases. 2 of them operating with no driver's license, 1 no insurance, and 1 no registration. For the state cases, he also had a speeding ticket and no insurance ticket, both of which he paid. And I think both of which is going to give him serious implications as far as a driver's license issue. So for those reasons, I just offered him a no insurance improper plate. Is there any objection the city have for that?
No, Your Honor, I think that's fair in light of his prior payments.
All right. So what does your client want to do, Counselor?
Judge, we went over his rights and his options going forward. My understanding he wants to waive his rights and take advantage of that offer.
You want to do that, Mr. Lloyd?
I think you're muted, sir. He's muted, Judge, and his camera's off.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
All right. Can you turn your camera on, please?
Yes, I was having difficulty. I was talking to my attorney, and for some reason, we couldn't.
Raise your right hand, Mr. Lloyd.
Can you see me, Your Honor?
Can you raise your right hand, please?
It is raised, Your Honor.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do, sir.
All right, you can put your hand down, sir. Sir, do you understand the maximum possible penalty for these offenses are 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have an absolute right to a trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Warbling in the breakout room went over some of your other advice or rights, did he not?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understood those rights?
Yes, sir.
You have any questions about those rights?
No, sir, Your Honor.
You know you're going to be giving up those rights as well, taking this plea?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Does anybody offer you anything other than what's been stated in the record?
No, sir, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Lloyd, let me draw your attention back to June 13, 2022 at around 12:31 p.m. in the city of Detroit in the area of West McNichols. That's all I have. Did you have an occasion on that day to come in contact with the Detroit Police Department?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And on that day, were you operating a motor vehicle?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And did that officer ask you to produce valid insurance for that motor vehicle?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
You couldn't do so, could you, sir?
No, sir, Your Honor.
Why is that?
As I explained to my attorney, I just purchased the vehicle, Your Honor, and I had a friend of mine following me from the seller's place of business, and the vehicle didn't have a plate on it or anything. I had no documentation, but I just had purchased it, and I didn't have any license. I think my license was suspended at the time. And
so what it tells me is here, the way I break that down is that the friend probably drove you over there to get the vehicle, right?
Yes,
but you
Your Honor.
told the friend to follow me as close behind as you possibly can, so that these police don't see they don't have a plate on this vehicle. Is that correct, Mr. Lloyd?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
That's how it went down too, isn't it? And
That's
lo
exactly
and behold,
that's exactly how it went down.
they had to somehow see you driving without that plate.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Despite all of the precautions that you took. All right, that's you know how I know? Because I've done it before back in the day myself, but I didn't get caught. All right, so I'm gonna find you guilty of the amended count of improper plate. $240 fine, dismiss upon payment. That's not going to abstract to the Secretary of State. Therefore, it's not going to carry any points. Which stipulates the probable cause, I'll dismiss the state matter for paying a related civil infraction, and I'll dismiss the other matters for per the plea.
Stipulate, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Lloyd, $240. When can you pay?
As soon as possible, Your Honor.
All right, you can pay that today. I'm gonna put it in the system today. I'm gonna give you till next week as well. May of 17, 2023, that's gonna be your review date. You can follow this through and it's paid, we'll dismiss it. You don't have to show up if it's paid, but it's your obligation to know that it's paid. May the 17th, 2023, I say you can pay that at any Div that kiosk in the city of Detroit. I'm told you can upload that Div that app to your phone, but they're all around town. Or you can come down to the courthouse and pay it, sir. There's nothing further. Very best of luck to you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
City of Detroit versus. Oh, let's get Ms. Olden in the breakout room with you. She wants to speak to you. It's just an unlicensed, just a unregistered, untitled And she needs to get something off her chest. All right?
Got it, Judge.
Offer is gonna be an unfortunate part. I'll allow her to get registration if she can. She indicated that she does have a vehicle, so I'll allow her to get that registration, and I'll dismiss upon her bringing that registration in. But nevertheless, she has a story to tell, all right?
Yep, sure. Thank you, Judge.
Judge, can I address the court?
Yes, good morning to you.
Good morning, Judge. Just an update. Sister Counsel didn't, oh, here she is. I see her in here. I was waiting for her to come into the breakout room. But I don't know if Mr. Ladani signed on, Your Honor. I'm having trouble reaching him.
Let's see. Ladani here. No, go ahead.
Well, with that being said, Your Honor, I would ask for a brief adjournment. Mr. Ladani has appeared the rest of the times that I've been on his case since December. He appeared on Friday. We talked and told him that it was moved to today's date per the ROA, and now his phone doesn't even ring. It just has an automated message. So I have no idea what's happening.
I have no objection to a one-time adjournment, Your Honor.
Let's see what we have going on here. This is the city of Detroit versus David James Ladani. Case numbers SP 1112800, counts 1 and counts 2. Appearance for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alexa Schneider for the people, P80322.
And good morning, Your Honor. May it please the Honorable Court, Vassal Johnson II on behalf of Mr. David Ladani. Judge, I would ask, unless another option, if Your Honor would waive his appearance for today.
Let me ask this. I know it was a motion presented. Did you get an opportunity to review that motion, Ms. Snyder?
Your Honor, I've reviewed the motion. It was not me who answered it. It was answered by my colleagues. I was intending just to rest on their pleadings.
Okay. Do you want me to address that, or do you want to get Mr. Ladani? Let's get Mr. Ladani in here. I'm going to grant the motion to adjourn the matter, because simply that I don't ever recall Mr. Ladani being not present. I know we've had a few court dates. I do understand that, you know, things happen with these devices. You know, all kind of things happen with these cellular devices, and since we are in Zoom, that it comes sometimes it's difficult for people where they broke their phone, can't pay their bill. What, you know, like Mr. Oliver had a house fire. So for those, for the reasons that unknown of why Mr. Ladani is not here, I will adjourn the matter. Let's come back on next Monday. Let's do that. And if you can't get in touch with Mr. Ladani, then let us know earlier so we can figure out some other course of action.
Sure.
Because he has appeared.
Yeah.
What's his name?
All right. So we'll give a 1 week adjournment. All right.
Sounds good. Thank you.
April the 17th. Come at 10 a.m. for that motion hearing. Okay.
10 a.m. Yes, Your Honor. And
thank you, Your Honor.
Just curious, Ms. Schneider, are you on this matter for next week? Okay. Yes. Sounds good. Or have a good day, everyone.
Could I talk to Ms. Schneider in the breakout room, Your Honor?
Certainly. All right. What's going to go on with Ms. Littles? Is that part of your conversation with Ms. Schneider?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right. Let's join the breakout room. You got Ms. Tab. You got you're stacking them up. You got Ms. Littles and Mr. Gardner. Try to break out room, Ms. Snyder. Please. All right, Ms. Snyder, I got Love. Hold on, I got Love here. Let's go. City of Detroit versus Dewan Edmund Love, case number SB 136. 81211. Mr. Love, can you state your name for the record, please?
Dewan Edmund Love.
All right. Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. Your Honor.
Hey, Mr. Love, you've been here before, haven't you? Never
no.
before?
No, sir, I don't think so.
All right. Today is the date and time of arraignment. Let's wait on the lawyer here. All right, we have one. Mr. Warbling, can you put your appearance on the record for Mr. Love, please?
Ben Warbling, P64889 on behalf of the defendant.
Today is the date and time set for a arraignment on the bench warrant. Go ahead, Counsel.
As for purposes of arraignment, we'll stand mute and wait for formal reading at this time.
Enter a not guilty plea on your client's behalf, give your client a $0 bond. And at this time, I am going to dismiss the matter because Mr. Love has a valid driver's license for providing valid documentation, all right?
Thank you, Judge.
All right, there's nothing further, Mr. Love, case is closed out, all right? Have a great day, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you, both of you. Y'all have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you, sir.
All right, let's call, this is the City of Detroit versus Brittany Nicole Bolton, case number SP 143-22471. Appearance for the record, please.
Ben Warbling, P64889 on behalf of the defendant.
All right, Ms. Bolton, can you state your name for the record, please?
Hi, Brittany Oden.
All right, today is the date and time set for a pretrial. Ms. Oden, you get it off your chest. Mr. Warburton's a very good lawyer, isn't he?
Yeah, I pretty much got everything. What I informed him of the things of my situation. So I mean,
so what's your client want, counsel?
Judge, she's going to continue her not guilty plea at this time, Your Honor. She's requesting a trial before Your Honor.
All right, very well. That's what you want to do, Ms. Oden?
Yes.
See, I would say you got very good counsel. Not the most serious thing at all, but at the end of the day, you know, it's going to be the same as on the date of trial to deal with those. So you might as well see if they show up.
Yeah,
Right.
I was thinking that the police was going to be here today, but they
No,
busy.
it's set for pre-trial today. They don't have to be here today. We'll set a trial for June the 5th.
Okay.
2023. June the 5th, 2023 at 9 a.m. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Nothing further, Ms. Oden. Have a very good day. Good luck to you.
You too.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, let's go on to Lathan.
Yes, I'm here. You said Lathan?
Yes. Good morning
Yes,
to you, ma'am.
Good morning.
City of Detroit versus Denisha Nicole Lathan. Case numbers SP 1257842. Counts 1 and counts 2. Appearance for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ben Warbling, P64889 on behalf of the defendant.
Lathan, can you state your name for the record, please?
Yes, it's Demisha Lathan.
All right. Today is the date and time set for arraignment on the bench warrant. Go ahead, counsel.
Judge, for those purposes, we'll stand mute and waive formal reading at this time.
All right, where are you, Miss Lathan?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I need to see you.
I have to have my ear up to the phone because, hold on, let me see if I could work this. Hey, Ari, hi.
You don't have a speakerphone?
Yeah, I can't barely hear you when my phone is like this.
All right,
So I had to have my ear up to the phone in order for me to hear.
Very well, I just need to see who Miss Lathan is. All right, Miss Lathan, do you have valid registration and insurance?
Yes.
Let's see what you have, please.
All my things, is it a way that you can pull it up? Because all my things are paperless. Let me see if I can find my registration.
Put my email address in the chat though.
Okay, can I have that?
You can email them to me.
Okay, that'll be fine. I can do that. Your email, how do I get to the chat? Oh, I see.
All right, it should be down there. I'm gonna pass the matter until you email me those copies and we'll recall it once I get it, all right?
Oh, you said do what once you get it?
Call it once I get it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna do it now.
All right, thanks.
I have several we are ready on, Your Honor.
All right, let's go with tab first. Let's go with tab. Let's go back on record with Shania Elaine Tab. Ms. Tab, I've given everybody an opportunity to work this out. What's going to be the resolution for this, Mr. Wallen?
Well, Your Honor, I believe I have to repeat my motion for the benefit of Ms. Schneider. I know she's thrilled to hear it, but
I would not object to an abbreviated version, Your Honor. Brother counsel did inform me of the arguments he would make.
Yeah, so basically the motion was just to dismiss because they don't have any information to apprise Ms. Tab on what they consider to be careless driving. Is that correct, Mr. Wallen?
that is correct. There's merely a conclusion of careless driving. There is no notes of any kind, if I can believe what you're telling me, Judge, to indicate what objectively she was doing that is careless.
The ticket does not have, and a lot of times they don't, sometimes they do indicate what they consider to be careless. This ticket doesn't have anything in the comments section at all to apprise us this. I will state this. I don't know what went on out there, but I did state that routinely it's probably best if I deny the motion, because they're handing out blocking traffics for careless drivings, or at least they were. I don't know what they're doing now in downstairs in 220. But what is your response to that motion, Ms. Snyder?
Yes, Your Honor. I object to the motion. Michigan is a notice state. Persons who are charged or accused of crimes need to be put reasonably on notice of the charges against them. I believe that the wording of the careless driving, the notation of the correct MCL, the date, the cross streets, the name, that's enough to put her on notice. I agree with Your Honor and Attorney Walling. It would be prudent for the officers to put notes. I think it's smart and it's helpful for all of us, but it's not the legal standard. I don't believe it rises to the level of being appropriate for a dismissal, Your Honor.
Any more argument on that, Mr. Wallen?
Not on that issue, Your Honor. I don't believe you asked, Ms. Schneider answered your question about what about those recent cases you've seen of blockading traffic come out of the 36th District Court. We are willing to accept the blockading traffic.
Well, again, I guess Ms. Schneider has been, that's been offered. And are you still holding that position that you won't resolve this with a blocking traffic, Ms. Snyder?
That's correct, Your Honor. If the policy has changed to allow that deal to be made, it wasn't known to me. My supervisor hasn't told me that we're making.
I don't know if it's a supervisor thing. What I think is what the issue is that I believe downstairs that the officers just show up and there's no, because it's a civil infraction, right? There's no need for the city law department to get involved in that. Now that they're here in front of me, then of course that you have this misdemeanors, then yes, there's an ample opportunity for you to offer that. So it's kind of like a little bit of a disconnect. One should have be able to sort of have the same resolution to kind of be consistent. So I'm going to deny the motion to dismiss the case.
Thank you, Judge. At this time, my client, I'm sorry. At this time, my client tells me she will be tendering a plea pursuant to the people's recommendation, and we just did discuss it fully. Is that right, Ms. Tab?
Yes.
How old are you, Ms. Tab?
I'm 19.
All right. So offer's going to be limited access, 1 to 5.
I have no objection to the court using the ticket as a factual basis for this civil infraction.
I will enter a responsible plea to limited access 1 to 5, $125.
Ah.
And what stipulates the probable cause, I'll dismiss the other matters for providing valid documentation. Ms. Tab, when can you pay?
I can pay today.
All right. I'm going to put it in for 4/17/2023 so that you Ms. Tab, you gotta kind of watch your driving, ma'am. This is already 1, 2, and this will be your 3rd abstraction. Your insurance is gonna start killing you at 19, all right? All right, I'm gonna give you till next week to make sure that's in there. Pay it on when you see that limited access 1 to 5, $125, okay? That should be in there by this afternoon. There's nothing further, ma'am. Have a great day. Good luck to you, all right? All right, let's go back on the record with Mr. Let's go, let's see.
Ms. Littles is very quick, Your Honor.
Let's go, did we call Ms. Little's case?
We did. I talked to her and I talked to the prosecutor. Ms. Littles will be very quick. The people are recommending a dismissal.
Let's call City of Detroit versus Marche. Okay, I did. Let's go back on the record with Ms. Littles. Ms. Littles, giving you an opportunity to speak with, well, Ms. Littles is in the breakout room. What's going on with Gardner?
Mr. Gardner, Your Honor, the city is going to dismiss all their matters. That would leave the state marijuana ticket up and running. I'll tell you the information I have when you call it, Your Honor, because I'll move to dismiss that.
Let's go on the City of Detroit. Let's go back on the record with Ms. Littles. Ms. Littles, I don't know if you spoke to Ms. Littles or not, but there's a recommendation on this case. Is that correct?
The recommendation on Ms. Littles is to dismiss that, Your Honor.
Right.
Dismiss all counts.
I'm sure Ms. Little does not object to that, correct, Ms. Little?
Say something, Ms. Little.
She has unmuted herself.
Correct. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Case is gonna be dismissed, Ms. Littles. Have a very good day. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Ms. Littles.
Thank
Happy
you. I
birthday.
appreciate it. Thank
All
you.
right, all right.
Have a good one.
You too. All right, let's go back on the record with Mr. Eric Morris Gardner.
Yes.
He's in the breakout room as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Lathan, I'm waiting on her documents. That's what I'm waiting on.
Yes, Your
Lady.
Honor. I
Let's
sent
go
my
back,
proof of
let's go back
insurance.
on to Miss Denisha Lathan.
Yes.
Lathan, I've received your documentation, and at this time, I'm gonna dismiss, I just have the insurance policy, but I don't have the, maybe if I scroll down, I may know. But you have valid insurance, so I gotta assume you got valid, registration.
Yeah, that's what I can't find it.
Insurance is the most important part. I'm gonna dismiss the case for providing valid documentation.
Okay.
And I'll waive it.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great day now.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I don't have any misdemeanor or anything on my record, do I?
No, it's nothing gonna be, not from this. I don't know if you got a record, I don't know if you've been out of state.
No.
In other jurisdictions, I don't know. All I know is 36 District Court, these things are closed up.
Okay, thank you.
Have a great day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Bring him in the room.
He's in the phone.
Is he he's in the room? I'll bring him in. Okay. All right, this is, let's go back on the record with Mr. Eric Morris Gardner. Mr. Gardner, I'll give council and you an opportunity to work this out.
Yes, sir.
Council has given me, what's gonna happen with these cases, Mr.?
Yes, Your Honor. With regard to Mr. Eric Morris Gardner, all of the city's cases, that would be the suspended license, no insurance, no plate, defective brake lights, and valid registration are all to be dismissed pursuant to my discussion with Ms. Snyder.
Okay.
Now, Your Honor, I don't know what kind of success you have getting Ms. Cole or the state here. When I discussed this matter with Mr. Gardner, he of course showed me his valid license, valid registration, and valid insurance. And I said to him, you know, that's good. We can probably get those dismissed. He says, my problem is it wasn't me. It was somebody else driving my car. None of these allegations have anything to do with me. And he has recently, because apparently he was arraigned last week, not long ago, but it appears that he has already contacted the Secretary of State and put a flash letter into their system. Now, so what I'm asking the court to do is to accept Ms. Schneider's recommendation that all the city matters be dismissed. And I would ask the court, based upon my representations, to dismiss the marijuana ticket.
All right, I'm gonna deny that motion as well. I mean, and then what it is I just have to give the city attorney an opportunity to respond.
She's here.
So, no, I'm gonna have to give the state.
Gotcha.
Prosecutor an opportunity to respond. I can get the state, I can see if I can get the state in here, or so I won't just deny it.
Yes, I would like the opportunity to talk to Ms. Cole about this.
All right, let's see if we can, because I did start to summons her in the courtroom earlier.
Oh, that'd be exciting.
But I didn't get to that point because the other person.
Well, Judge, while we're on the topic of Ms. Cole, and I am, as the court is, as Mr. Werbling is, as Ms. Snyder is, the inability of the Wayne County prosecutor to have somebody here, if Ms. Cole, upon notification, does not come into court in a reasonable time, I would ask the court to allow me to renew my motion.
I will.
Thank you. But as of right now, Your Honor, can we put on the record that the city matters are all dismissed?
Yes, I'll dismiss those matters per the city. I do have a valid driver's license.
Very
Let's pass, we'll give ABA Cole an opportunity to present herself.
I have no objection to that whatsoever. We're ready on Mr. Gilliard, if you'd like, Your Honor.
Yeah, we'll be there in a second. Corporal McCree, good morning to you. I know we got Good here. I don't know what the offer for Good is.
Good morning. We can cancel. She has a valid driver's license. I'm proud of her.
Very good, Miss Snyder, did you hear that?
I did, Your Honor. Alexa Schneider for the People, P80322. Thanks for letting us know, Corporal McCree.
Let's call. This is the city of Detroit versus Alicia Cynthia Good, case number SP 1056931, SP 1199766. SP 906517, 17350365, counts 1 and counts 2. SP 1056930. SP 1997401, and the state of Michigan versus Alicia Cynthia Good, SX35, strike that, SX38599491. Appearance for the record, please.
Alyssa Good.
Corporal Jamie McCree, badge 2865.
Officer Hill, badge 4598, City of Detroit, Your Honor.
Okay, then we have, so today is the date and time set for a trial. And good morning, Corporal McCree and Corporal Hill. I don't know why Corporal Hill doesn't want to always let everybody know that the title is, but I guess he doesn't operate off the titles, nor do I, so I kind of understand it. Taking time set for a trial, so I have Corporal McCree is willing to dismiss based on you getting that valid driver's license now. So I don't think this, that you have any objection to that. What did you get a chance to speak to Ms. Schneider, Officer Hill?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
And what's going to be the disposition of your cases?
She didn't get back with me, but I'm in with agreements with Officer Corporal McCree.
All right. All right. And I'm sure that council has no objection to that, right? They're giving you an early Christmas gift, Miss Good.
Thank you.
I know these officers are going to be out there, and they do a very good job of patrolling our city. And some people don't like it, but it's the way it is. If you not speed or riding, what they say, riding dirty, then you won't have to worry about them. But if you are, and they find that you don't have a valid driver's license next time, I don't know if they're going to be as generous.
No, I'm keeping my driver license moving forward.
Pardon me?
I'm going to keep my driver license moving forward.
All right. So for that, why are these other civil infractions not on the docket? Now, let me see. Let's see, just what we can schedule for trial. All right, I'm gonna let the officers leave. Corporal McCree, always good to see you, and Corporal Hill, always good to see you. I got you as a peer. Be safe out there. All right, see you next time.
All right, thanks, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Wow. All right, so let me look it up, see what's going on. this. All right, Ms. Good, you're still gonna have to pay the court some money on the civil infraction that you got back in 2017. That was never paid for, so that's not gonna be dismissed. The related misdemeanor will be dismissed. So you owe the court $130 for that. For the 2017 cases in the state case, there's not an Officer Jason Tonti, or there is not a Trooper Portley. So for those cases, I'm going to dismiss no officer. I'm going to waive the warrant fees. And then for that one state case, you owe another $170. So you still got to pay $300 here. I'll leave that up to you when you want to pay the court on that. All right. Unmute yourself, ma'am. If there's nothing further, I'm going to dismiss the cases. Have a very good day. Good luck to you.
Okay, thank you. You have a good day.
Okay, that gets us down to Gilliard.
Did we have a Davion Grays check-in?
Davion Grays. No, we didn't.
I think there's 4 or 5 officers.
Yeah, you want me to call the cases, or you just want me to just mark, they can just say they appeared? I don't know, what do you want me to do?
They can just say they appeared. If you wouldn't mind letting me into breakout room 1, I can tell them they can go.
Okay.
Yeah, officers.
All right, that gets us down to Gilliard.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's Gilliard, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, you do good.
Let's see what Oliver, Destiny Oliver. Let's see what she's got going on.
Yeah. And most board.
I thought it was one case. Okay. All right, let's do this. You gotta unmute yourself, Mr. Orozco. I mean, mute yourself. I got you muted. Hold on, Ms. Oliver. I thought you just had one case.
Sorry.
Jason Leslie.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is the city of Detroit versus Jason Garrett Leslie. Case number is 204-973-881 and 204-973-893. Appearance for the record. Well, state your name for the record, please.
Jason Garrett Leslie.
All right, today is the date and time set for a review in the matter. There's no money, sir.
I did make a payment to them tickets, sir.
You did?
Yeah, that same day we had court.
Definitely did. All right. 204-973-881. Gonna close out. I must say you still owe $45 a piece on each one of those for the reinstatement fees, but these were
Oh yeah, I
$2.
know. Yeah, I know. I was gonna take care of it. I was gonna try to take care of it like Friday because I don't get paid till Thursday, and I'd be at work.
In order to get a valid driver's license, you're gonna have to pay this $336 no proof of insurance.
I didn't know when you had me make the payments. I know I ended up paying like $385 that day.
Yeah, these are cases from way back in 2016. And that one no proof of insurance is gonna hold you up for getting a license. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna dismiss I'm gonna dismiss 204-973-893 for paying. That is dismissed, and I'm gonna close out 204-973-881 pay. All right.
Okay, so you said the one I need to pay is which one? Because it was a lot of different ones on there, and that day I couldn't remember exactly which one I was
One
supposed
you
to
need
pay.
to pay for sure is this the no proof of insurance, $336. If you pay that, then that would potentially allow you to get a driver's license, because I don't know if it'll give you clearances down here.
Okay.
All right, anything further, sir?
No, but I'll make sure that I pay that when I get paid this week coming up.
All right, very well. If there's nothing further, sir, have a very good day. Good luck to you, all right?
You too, thank you.
All right. Mr. Orozco, I told you to take your hat off last time, sir. City of Detroit versus Luis Brian Orozco, case number SP139-77853, SP139-7803, counts 1 and counts 2. State your name for the record, sir.
Luis Orozco. Luis Brian Orozco.
You owe this money you haven't paid, sir.
Yeah, I just got paid on Friday, and I'm right down the street from 36th District Court. I could go pay up front.
Pay it. If it's paid, I'm gonna set another review date for next week. If I see it paid in the system, then I'll close it out like we said we would. If it's not paid, then you gotta come back into court and let us know what's going on, all right?
Yeah, I will.
I'll set another review date for April 17th, 2023 at 8:25. All right. If there's nothing further, very good day. Good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Consuela, is Consuela here? Let's go with Mr. Stephen Gilliard. All right, this is the city of Detroit versus Stephen Matthew Gilliard, case number SP1260821, SP1303469, counts 1, 2, and 3, SP4390, strike that, U6 631-76322. Appearance for the record, please.
Your Honor, my name is Philip X. Walling, P35229, specially assigned for Stefan Gilliard. State your name, Mr. Gilliard.
Stefan Matthew Gilliard.
Your Honor, I had a discussion with Mr. Gilliard before we got up to speed here, and I told him about our special meeting between you, me, and sister council from the city of Detroit. He understood what's going on. At this time, we're waiting for the official word from the court on the motion to dismiss. And then I anticipate resolving it today with a plea.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Schneider. Can you put your appearance on the record, please?
Alexa Schneider for the people, P80322.
All right. Today is the date and time set for pretrial and basically motion hearing on this matter. And as the court mentioned last Wednesday, I believe it was, we did have a sidebar to kind of discuss the case. I was giving the councils my thought on the motion, and I did indicate to the councils that this was going to consume me. This comes as a I told my job is I've been on the bench for almost 2 years, coming up in next month, and pretty much my job has been pretty routine every day. I think people see it, it works, a lot of things work themselves out, but I was presented with an interesting motion, and I applaud I guess Ms. Snyder didn't have a chance to respond, but her colleague responded. But I do applaud the defense counsel for his efforts in bringing this in front of the court. And I told both counsels that this was going to consume me over the weekend, mainly because I want to get it right. But nevertheless, what I'm going to do right now is I am going to give both parties opportunity to speak what it related to what we talked about last week, as far as and I think it's only fair that, and that's if counsel chooses to, Ms. Schneider, to kind of give your response, because before it was Mr. Goss rests on his pleadings, and now you've taken the case over. I will give you an opportunity, if you would choose to speak, unless you just want to rest on the pleadings as well.
Judge, as the proponent, I believe I go first.
Well, I think you've already, well, go ahead. You can go ahead. If you have some more to add.
Your Honor, I'm just hoping Ms. Snyder takes the hint. I have no further arguments.
Okay. All right. Well, that does that. Ms. Snyder, would you like to add anything to this?
I can agree with brother counsel, Your Honor. My understanding at our sidebar meeting over Zoom on Wednesday was that the record is closed. The record was handled by my colleagues. They handled the oral argument or lack thereof, and the filing. I don't think it needs to be reopened, unless Your Honor would like.
No, I'm just giving you the opportunity. I think I just think it's fair in order to do so. You kind of come on the back end and take this case over, and if you have some more to add, then I'll allow you to do so. If not, I'll start with my opinion.
I'll defer to Your Honor. My understanding and our off the books conversation was that the record was closed. I was under that understanding. I haven't prepared to file anything or to respond today.
All right, so it's going to be so here it is. I've gone over counsel's motion, and I kind of give them a preliminary indication of what I was going to do, but I also said that I was going to mull over this all weekend, which I spent the better part of yesterday morning and another morning over that long weekend going over. And from my understanding, the issue in this case is got to do with the 45-day minimum sentence, and whether that amounts to or rises to cruel or unusual punishment as the Michigan Constitution. And for the life of me, I know at one point I went over that the Constitution read cruel and unusual punishment. But as of the last amendment to the Michigan Constitution, that word "or" is in the language. So it differs from the United States Constitution in that it says "and." So that is the prevailing issue in this case. Council provided us with a case law, the Michigan Supreme Court case that's People v. Lawrenson, 387 Mich. 67. And I'm going to take it from Council's iteration of that case, the words that he used. I don't think it was exactly used that way in the case, but I agree with Council's iteration that it was a three-step test to determine whether it's cruel and unusual. And I think Lawrenson was charged with selling marijuana. Lawrenson was 26 years old. He had a job working at General Motors, and he would live at home with his parents, and this was his first offense. And at that time, there was a mandatory minimum sentence of 20 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections upon conviction of the marijuana case. And the court adopted this three-part test. And the first part of the test, and this is taken out of Council's motion, that essentially amounted to the punishment must be proportional to the offense. Then part two, the punishment must be comparable to punishments imposed in other jurisdictions for the same offense. And the punishment must serve the modern policy factors of rehabilitation, deterrence, and protection of society. I think they stated verbatim that the number one dominant test of cruel and unusual punishment is that the punishment is in excess of any that would be similar for the same crime. Two was the evolving standards test, the decency test of necessity, looks to comparable law for guidelines in determining what penalties are widely regarded as proper for the offense in question, which involved the examination of the other statutes. And the test, the three, the rehabilitation, the test looks to a consideration of modern policy factors underlying criminal penalties, rehabilitation of the individual offender. Society is need to deter similar prescribed behavior in others, and the need to prevent the individual offender. So those were the tests. I think the issue in this case relates to pretty much the 1 and 2 of that test, and not so much the third part of the test. So in looking at those issues, I think the law directs us to having to look at the legislation adopted by the city of Detroit, being that Detroit is a home rule city. And that legislation tells us that the police power of Detroit as a home rule city is of the same general scope and nature as that of the state. Therefore, police power of the state is equally applicable in relation to the police power of the city. And particularly how that relates to the Lawrenson case is as it relates to number 2 of that three-pronged test. And the fact that the punishment must be comparable to punishments imposed in other jurisdictions. Counsel of Mr. Gilliard has cited other jurisdictions, and albeit all Wayne County cases as well, jurisdictions, I may add, that I think it was Southgate, Lincoln Park, Dearborn, potentially Dearborn Heights. And Mr. Gilliard's argument was that they do not have to, they're not the same, and they need to be the same. In those other jurisdictions, no one else has the mandatory 45-day minimum jail sentence upon conviction. And I bring up the home rule statute because the legislature requires me to look at that, and I think the issue there is that because of the home rule city makes, if you're adopted as a home rule city, then that makes it pretty much gives the city of Detroit or any other home rule city an opportunity to legislate in those areas where they sort of see fit, in that Detroit adopting this 45-day minimum standard is a necessary tool in order to eradicate the problem of offer to engages or to curtail prostitution or those type of issues. Then my research took me, so that is where that was. Also, the court got some sort of feedback from the Michigan Court of Appeals on this matter, and this case where my research took me was from a 1978-79 issue where Judge Hay, he dismissed on his own 418 of these same type of cases, and he himself did not believe that the at that time it was a 20-day mandatory minimum. He himself did not believe that was that he was obligated to do that, and he raised some issues that we won't discuss today on it. But that case was appealed by the city of Detroit. That appeal was granted, and the reporters court. I mean, the Third Circuit Court at that time, Judge Haig was a reporters court judge. The Third Circuit had had granted the city's motion, essentially saying that the city had a right to that 20-day mandatory minimum. Judge Haig then appealed to the Michigan appellate courts, and the appellate court did not offer an opinion on that because there was no actual defendant, being that Judge Haig dismissed all those cases. But the appellate court did give us guidance on that. Here we have an actual defendant in Mr. Gilliard. So the appellate court really looked at Judge Haig's argument, one of being that One of which is being that the didn't offer constitutional arguments on it, but he offered this argument that one, the state legislature is passing various provisions regulating prostitution has preempted this area, thus prohibiting additional legislation by municipalities. And in Mr. Gilliard's argument, he did offer sort of that argument as well, because he did offer the court some cases or some statutes where they're, in the court's eyes, kind of more serious. They are more serious because they can arise to the level of felonies. Is that correct, Mr. Waller?
Specifically, Your Honor, I had cited the state statute with regard to prostitution. And if Ms. Snyder will recall, I mentioned that even under a third offense of the similar state prostitution statute, at the third time it becomes a felony and it still has no mandatory minimum.
Okay. So essentially, that is the same argument that Judge Hay presented at that time. And then the second argument, so so essentially, he argued the preemption, so that based on the fact that the state has already kind of occupied this space, for lack of a better term, meaning that there's similar state statute, then the city cannot preempt the state in giving a higher penalty in that. And in the opinion of the court was the guidance that was, it was not the opinion of the court, it was the guidance of the court saying that when you look at that, you have to look at the Home Rule Act. And the Home Rule Act provides that the city it does not preempt. It the city can legislate in that space because of the areas that we already discussed. Because Detroit might be having a more prevalent problem with prostitution than other jurisdictions, and Detroit being the home of the city, it gives them opportunity to legislate in that space as they sort of see fit. The second argument was the ordinance is in direct conflict with the state law regulating the same conduct. So they did define preemption, and they defined conflict, and they looked at those as two separate documents. Two separate doctrines, in which preemption doctrine provides that a municipal ordinance may not invade a field completely occupied by state statute, where the state has preempted a field ordinance is void, irrespective of whether the statute and the ordinance conflict. And then the preemption, this conflict doctrine, only invalidates ordinances actually in conflict with the state law, where the entire area has not been preempted. So based on those two doctrines and the Home Rule Act, and as it relates to this case, that drew me to Senate Bill 1048, Act number 395, Public Acts of 2020, specifically the Chapter 9, Section 5, paren 3, in which reads, there is a rebuttable presumption that the court shall sentence an individual convicted of a misdemeanor other than a serious misdemeanor with a fine, community service, or other non-jail or non-probationary sentence. And they do define what a serious misdemeanor is. They give you a list of serious misdemeanors, and offer to engage is not on that list. So it takes me back to the preemption and conflict doctrine. And it is my opinion that based on all of that together, that the state is at this time, it wasn't that way when Mr. Haig or Judge Haig appealed to the appellate court, but based on this, as of March 24th, I think, 2021, it has been the legislature's policy, and this new Crime Victims' Rights Act. No, strike that. The legislature's policy and this Criminal Justice Reform Act, that any non-serious felony should not be, I shall not issue jail time unless I have a reason which needs to be stated on the record to do otherwise. And for the fact that offer to engage is not listed as one of the serious felonies, I have to assume that they considered that when adopting the list of serious versus non-serious felonies. So I've assumed that that wasn't a serious, strike that misdemeanor. So I've assumed that that was not a serious misdemeanor. So therefore, the court is going to conclude that the city of Detroit 45, and this is only as it relates to the 45-day mandatory minimum for the statute. What is that? 31-11-5. Is in conflict with the state Senate Bill 1048, and that portion of the ordinance is no longer valid. So for those reasons, I am going to render that portion of the ordinance invalid, and I am going to deny the motion to dismiss the case.
Okay, just for clarity, because I'm sure Ms. Schneider and I both need some clarity on this. You are finding that the minimum 45 days is unconstitutional under the state constitution, and you are saying that because the city cannot expand those powers, it also applies to the city. Is that a correct statement, Judge?
I'm going to say specifically that the ordinance at least as it relates to the 45-day minimum jail time upon conviction, is invalid because of the reasons that I stated, particularly the new law of Senate Bill 1048. I'm going to say that that puts in the direction that I shall not, and particularly it provides a rebuttable presumption that the court shall sentence an individual convicted of a non-serious misdemeanor with a fine, community service, or another jail or non-probation sentence. And it also says a judge may only depart from this presumption if there exists reasonable grounds for such a departure, and such grounds are stated on the record. So with that Senate bill, the court is saying that that Senate bill, a state statute, is in direct conflict with state legislation, makes that as of March 24th, 2021, in direct conflict with city legislation, and the city with the 45-day minimum jail term is in direct conflict. Therefore, the state legislation is going to preempt the city, because the state legislation in the court's eyes has and I'm taking this from People v. Lenowitz, Llewellyn, that's LLEWELLYN, 401 Mich 314. And Supreme Court adopted the following guidelines to be applied in determining if there has been preemption. And then the first prong is where the Senate, we'll strike that, where the state law expressly provides that the state's authority to regulate in a specified area is to be exclusive. There is no doubt that municipal regulation is preempted. For that first prong, the Senate bill directing the court to that they shall sentence to a jail term, but shall sentence to fines, community service, or other non-jail or non-probationary sentence. They, in the court's eyes, have said that they plan to be the exclusive area that's going to regulate that field. The other two, the preemption is a field of regulation may be implied upon an examination of legislative history. Three, and they offer some direction on that, but I won't address that. The pervasiveness of the state regulatory scheme may support a finding of preemption. And then I particularly noted that number 4, the nature of the regulated subject matter may demand exclusive state regulation to achieve the uniformity necessary to serve the state's purpose of interest. So in order for the Criminal Justice Reform Act to work in the court's eyes as the state wants to see it, then it's got to be uniformity as it relates to the serious versus non-serious felonies. And this, the court is concluding, is considered a non-serious felony because it's not on the William Van Rigor Mortar Crime Victims' Right Act, MCL 780.811, as a serious felony. And it's my opinion that this is the end that they were trying to achieve. So for those reasons, that's going to be the ruling of the court.
Thank you, Your Honor. Did the court prepare an opinion?
No, the court did not prepare a written opinion. The court has just prepared a lot of pages of notes.
Okay. Would Your Honor prefer us to submit the order, or would the court prefer to prepare the order?
You guys can submit the order, and then you guys review it, and then I'll review it and sign it if I and unless I have some issue with it. All right.
Sit tight there, Mr. Gilliard. I'll need to talk to you. Ms. Schneider, could I talk to you in a breakout room, please? And Madam Court Reporter, could I have a copy of today's transcript, or Ms. Schneider, whoever would, and we'll share it with each other.
I'm going to request all of the transcripts for Mr. Gilliard, Madam Court Reporter.
From soup to nuts, or just today?
Yes.
Okay.
Every day.
Gotcha.
All right, I'm going to put you in a breakout room, Mr. Gilliard. I'm going to pass the matter as it relates to the allegation, and I'm going to let you speak to Mr. Walling in a breakout room.
I will, Judge. Can I speak to Ms. Schneider first?
Certainly. Join the room, please. All right, let's go back to the other matters. I'll pass that. Who else do we have? I know we got some people coming in late. We got Mr. Eric Gardner. So what I'm going to do at this time, let's go back on the record with Mr. Eric Morris Gardner. So Mr. Gardner, I know Mr. Walling wanted to present this matter to Ms. Cole for a recommendation. Mr. Warling, can you step in this space for a minute?
Yes, I can, Judge.
All right. What I'm going to do, I did summons Mrs. Cole to the room, APA Cole to the room, and she has not gotten there. I know Mr. Walling had a motion to dismiss had she not shown up timely. What I'm going to do is I'm going to deny the motion, and I'm going to set a trial date for the one single matter, SP 14387. Strike that. SP 143-83071. All the other matters have been dismissed per the people, I believe, because I do have a valid driver's license and some other reasons that Mr. Walling was able to secure for that. So, Mr. Gardner, let's just come back on the one state issue. Obviously, if the officer doesn't show or if there's no state attorney at that time, then your counsel will make a motion. All right.
Well, thank you, sir. You're bringing down my stress level. I appreciate you so much.
All right, very well, sir. If it's nothing further, you have a very good day. Best of luck to you. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Let's see what Lloyd. No, there's a young lady on here with this app breed. What is your name, ma'am? Unmute yourself and turn your camera on.
Is it Gracia?
No, I got you, ma'am. I saw you on, I saw when you came in. LA. QQARBIEE. All right. She's okay. She's turning her camera.
My name is Destiny. I changed my thing, but somebody had called me, so my video went
What's
off.
your name? Destiny what?
Oliver.
Oliver. Okay. Okay. Destiny Oliver. This is the city of Detroit versus Destiny Lachey Oliver. Are you driving a car, ma'am?
Yeah.
Are you gonna have to pull over, and I'm gonna call your case when I'm gonna put you out until you can get parked.
Okay.
Call back in. All right. Good is done. Good is done. Buchanan. Let's see what Buchanan has.
Good morning, Your Honor. Officer Buchanan, I'm not even sure if I'm in the right courtroom, but it had Perkins on my subpoena, and last name is last name will be
Graves. He didn't show up.
Graves.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
Officer
you.
Buchanan. Be safe out there. Good luck to you.
Thank you, you too.
That gets me down to Garcia DeVita.
Hi, yes.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
That Gavidia?
Gavidia, yeah, that's correct.
City of Detroit versus Garcia. Maricel Gavidia.
Yes.
Case numbers SP 38281, counts 1 and counts 2. Appearance for the record, please.
Morning, Your Honor. Ben Werbling, P64889 on behalf of the defendant.
State your name for the record, please, ma'am.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
State your name for the record, please.
Gracia Gavidia?
Today is the date and time set for a arraignment. Go ahead, Counselor.
Judge, for arraignment purposes, we'll stay on mute and wait formal reading at this time, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to enter not guilty plea on your client's behalf. I'm going to give your client a $0 bond. And at this time, I have 2 cases, and Ms. Garvidia paid 2 related civil infractions. So I'm going to dismiss the cases for paid related civil infractions. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
2023, I'll waive the warrant fee. The case is going to be closed out, ma'am. There's nothing further. Have a very good day. Good luck to you.
Thank you, you too.
All right, let's go to Mr. Juwan Lloyd.
Yes, sir.
All right, good morning to you, sir. Turn your camera on, please. Let's see what we have here. APA Cole, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I did have Counselor here, and he had a motion. It was a marijuana case. He made a motion to dismiss based on the state not being essentially, they, for lack of a better term, not being timely, I guess. And he was going to offer some other motion as well, I believe. But I have just indicated that we will set a trial date on June the 5th. The defendant's name was Eric Morris Gardner.
I'm sorry, what was the name?
Eric Morris Gardner.
Okay. And the attorney's name?
Philip X. Waller.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you, Judge. I'm sorry I got here late.
That's okay. If it's nothing further,
I will put it on my calendar.
I don't think we have anything.
Okay, thank you.
I do have Mr. Lloyd here. I don't know if any of these are state matters or not. But let's call the case the City of Detroit versus Jawan Joshua Alvin Lloyd. Case numbers SP 104-7808, counts 1 and counts 2. SP 11-80163, counts 1 and counts 2. SP 138-6731, counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 139-22001. Appearance for the record, please.
And good morning, our Ben Werbling, P64889 on behalf of the defendant.
All right. Today is the date and time set for 3 trials in the matter. Mr. Lloyd, do you have a valid driver's license, sir?
No, sir. When I went to take care of it the same day, they had pulled up that was holding me back is somebody was suing me.
All right. So he's in another category, Mr. Warbling.
Yeah, sure.
I'll allow, I don't know what this, you can either get an offer today or set the matters for trial. If you get an offer today, we'll have to wait on the city attorney. And most of these are, well, a couple of them are state cases. Well, no, we're not dealing with state cases because those were back in 2018. And those were already concluded. So I think most of these are city cases. So you can either just take the trial date, deal with it on June the 5th, 2023 at 9 a.m. or wait on an offer. What would you like to do?
Judge, if I'm not mistaken, according to the docket, the fourth matter, I think, is set for trial. I don't know if that's accurate.
Let's see, the 4th matter.
It's a driving while license suspended. Last 4 digits is 1631.
Okay. Well, that makes a difference.
Sure.
It is set here. It is, you're right. It is set for trial here. Why that 4th matter got set for trial and none of the other ones did is well, we deal with a lot of stuff. But Lloyd, FYOD on the 2nd page. So that matter is third from the top. Driving while license suspended. that matter relates to. And that there's there a career treat, CREECH officer. All right, you want to make a motion on those, Counselor?
We'll move to dismiss, Judge, due to the officer's failure to appear.
Does say scheduled for trial, so that was done on the last court date, so I gotta assume that that notice was sent out. I'm gonna grant that motion, no officer. So that's chipping away at it already, Mr. Now we're dealing with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other cases. What do you want to do? You want to speak to him in the breakout room, Mr.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. What? You got a Zoom meeting ID number? You can write it down.
Sorry about that.
Now, Your Honor, could I speak to Mr. Gilliard, please?
I don't know if Mr. Worling is going to ask for an offer for Lloyd, Javon Lloyd, but he's in the breakout room speaking with it, Ms. Snyder.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna have to put the app device. Okay, here, okay. You do not need a password. So you're just gonna pay it for it, just gonna tap on this in there. So, log in. Just gonna say join me. Once you tap that, no, once you tap on this on, it's gonna say join me. Click on the meeting, enter the meeting ID number. It's gonna connect. So you most likely be in a waiting room at first and the judge will put you in. Check it. Okay. That's good. What time are you scheduled? I said what? Oh, okay, what's the case number? Yes. Right. See you later. Say something.
That's tomorrow.
No, that's for the 13th. Be a nice day today. Supposed to be doing all the rest of it.
All right. Let's go back on the record with Stephen Gildyard. I've given you an opportunity, sir, to speak with counsel in the breakout room as it relates to the matters that were called. We were dealing with some other traffic issues as well. What would your client like to do?
Well, Your Honor, all those traffic issues are off the table on this point because Ms. Schneider believes that this will affect her appeal on the other ticket. So I guess we all have to keep all of them together. And please, Ms. Schneider, if I make an error, please jump in and correct me. So at this point, Your Honor, I think from a process point of view, I think probably we should set it for another pretrial in the future. And you've been, as your trial date, been giving out June days. I think a June day for Mr. Gilliard might be appropriate. Because the lawyers, we got work to do, Judge.
Are we setting a trial date for that, or are we setting a just a pretrial date? First, I don't know, and I'm gonna allow Ms. Snyder to hand out. I don't know how the unrelated, from my understanding, are these related or unrelated to the initial case? Or is it just,
I know of no relationship one way or another, to be
or is
honest.
it just, Ms. Snyder, that you just want to protect, you're just being more cautious?
I'd like to keep the cases together, Your Honor, at this point.
All right, we'll allow that. All right, so what's the next, what's really the next
Well,
action?
One preliminary question is to Madam Court Reporter on, I don't know what the turnaround time is on expedited transcripts for today's hearing.
I can let you know, Ms. Snyder. I have to check a couple things, and I can email you, or you have a phone number.
Either or, I can put my phone number and my email in the chat. And Your Honor, Brother Counsel and I believe we'll need a transcript in order to fashion an order, is the reason I'm asking.
I definitely agree with that. So do you want to just set a pretrial date?
That makes sense to me.
Madam Snyder?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, are we looking at, June the 5th then? Is that good enough?
I believe it'd be enough for us to at least know the status of the appeal, Your Honor.
Or at least to have the order down, and then we'll try and figure out what the resolution is. And I'm clear.
Why don't we just say
falling here now? I'm unclear.
Why don't we just say July the 10th? That's 90 days. And I know that, you guys will probably get your work done pretty quick, and you don't have any control over what any other court is necessarily going to do. That's pretty much gives them an opportunity to do what's necessary right after and make their ruling.
I do think there's one more issue we should put on the record, Your Honor.
Okay, then go ahead.
On our last, it was an off the record hearing we had at our last hearing for this case with Mr. Gildiard not being present. Attorney Walling and I were present with Your Honor in a sidebar over Zoom. Madam Court Reporter had already been released. It was after lunch. Some of these topics might come up in the appeal, so I think it's important to put them on the record. We had that, I'm sorry, we had that hearing. Brother Counsel and I were present. I did object to making substantive arguments given that we were off the record. Brother Counsel made a few statements, although we didn't have any actual oral argument. Your Honor asked some questions of the attorneys, shared case law with the attorneys, which I do have for the record. The case was City of Detroit v. Recorder's Court, Traffic and Ordinance Judge. That's 104 Mishap 214, 1981. We also discussed with Your Honor issues of the timing of the appeal, issues of how an appeal timing would affect the defendant's rights. We also discussed the matter that the record was closed, given that this motion was written by Attorney Walling, answered by Attorney Rosenthal, I think orally argued by Attorney Walling and Attorney Goss. And then I came in towards the end. I was present for the sidebar and I was present today, although I did not make any substantive oral argument.
There was no argument by Mr. Goss. He relied merely on the response by Mr. Rosenthal.
I believe that to be true.
Okay. And
that's all, Your Honor.
Okay. So you're just making a record. That's good. You made a record of the sidebar that we had. And I agree with that. And I will add that in that sidebar, the court did indicate to Madam Counselor and both counselors that based on what was in the motion, I would probably deny that motion. But I did indicate that that was pretty much subject to change. I indicated that I was going to mull over it and go over it. But the court feels that despite the fact that a lot of how the court got to its ruling was not in counsel's motion, the court feels that it could not just ignore the state of the law at what the court understands the state of the law being at this time. I will say the citation of the Lawrence case and with the court, the prongs that the court felt were relevant to this hearing is where the court got to the other information that it had received. How that information is going to go on appeal, then I don't know. But I do anticipate that, and I would like to be. Hopefully, we'll get an answer on that pretty soon. But I wanted to make that record as well.
Yes, Your Honor. And just for timing, I sent Madam Court Reporter my email and my cell number. Attorney Walling and I are planning to meet either Monday or Tuesday early next week to try to work on an order. But of course, we'll defer to Madam Court Reporter.
Well, that's right. I think that might not be wise if there is no transcript.
All right. So anyway, we'll set the pretrial date to July the 10th, 2023 at 8:30 on all the matters.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right,
Thanks, Judge.
That's your next court date. You can confer with Mr. Walling if you have any questions, all right?
Thank you.
All right,
Okay, thank you.
have a great day, sir.
See you in July.
All right.
All right, let's go back on the record with Mr. Lloyd. Mr. Lloyd, I'm giving you an opportunity to speak with Mr. Warbling in a breakout room. Mr. Lloyd, what does your client want to do?
Judge, he's going to continue his not guilty pleas, requesting a bench trial date.
All right, is that what you want to do, Mr. Lloyd?
I think you're muted, Mr. Lloyd.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's it. I'm gonna set a trial date for June the 5th, 2023 at 9 a.m. If it's nothing further, sir, have a very good day. Good luck to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, that'll conclude the morning. I do say that Destiny and Lachey Oliver did show.
What happened to Mr. Gardner?
I set a trial date, June 5th, 2023 on the matter. Ms. Cole did show up. So I did.
Oh, I would have liked to talk to Ms. Cole. Did all the city tickets get dismissed then, Judge?
Yes.
Okay. I'll take part of the apple. So if we're done then, Judge,